Greetings, my excellent friends. My name is Gavaroc Fevinor, and this is the story of Hildibrand Manderville. It's time to learn the truth of the mysterious duelist. He could be anyone. Anyone at all. A towering warrior dressed all in red. Who could that be? Someone of great height and a distinctly red outfit. Whoever they are would be very distinct. They certainly wouldn't have someone else who looks a lot like them. At least under that description. Once we laid eyes upon this towering warrior dressed in red, we would know for sure. Okay, look, it's Gilgamesh. It's very obviously Gilgamesh. Everybody with half a brain knows it's Gilgamesh. The only reason that it's not me is because my character, myself. I am Gavaroc Fevinor, the Warrior of Light, and a real person in Eorzea. And I just happen to like wearing red. Goddamn you! Hey, look, I can even change that. I mean, look, let's just go around in our fancy suit for a bit. That way, there's no confusion, and it's definitely this prick. I mean, hi, Greg. How you doing? That damnable demon bird continues to elude me, but no longer. Soon I shall claim my revenge and weapon both. Yeah, say, that's something an evil duelist weapon thief would say, not something a normal, regular, well-adjusted person who doesn't need therapy would say. So, you're not helping your case, Gilgy. No, screw you. I'm gonna wear my damn top hat, because I want to wear my top hat. Hildibrand, shall we continue our adventure? No, not you. The three collectors. Inspector Hildibrand would have you accompany him to Kurthus. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the Observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly small folk, in accordance with Inspector Briardien's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No? Then let us sally forth at once. I have questions, I just don't really see there being much use in asking them of you. So, to Camp Dragon Heaven. Not because we need to go there, but because it's a faster trip in getting us to the Observatorium. I shall ride my totally happy to have a giant Rogadon on its back. Well, not really its back. The back of its head / entire body. Ahriman. And there in the distance, looming over the rest of the keep, we have the Observatorium Tower. And a sellsword. Naturally, I am dressed like a commoner. Hail to thee, fellow servant of justice. I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade? Clearly you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They're with us, more small folk. Keep an eye on them. Or else. But sir, Back at me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Mayhap keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, and should I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you, after administering the requisite beating. Good, you're still... Huh? Wasn't there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief, as are we. Come, Nashu, we too must answer the call of duty. And so Hildibrand and Nashu went off to the side to play a rousing deathmatch of Call of Duty. I don't actually know what the current Call of Duty is, given I don't follow that, and it really does release quite often. But it's something warfare, probably, or ops, modern ops, advanced violence. Either way, they had a rousing game of shooting people in the head before they got back to their jobs. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the East Gates? We're undermanned over there. I agree, I am quite useful. And so, we move from one sellsword to another sellsword. At this point, very confused, as none of them have offered to sell me any swords. Any halberd-wielding mummers shall answer to me. In fact, come to think of it, if you're attempting to guard and protect valuable swords, wouldn't a sellsword be the last person you would ask to do that job? I mean, it's in the name. They literally sell the things that you are giving to them and telling them to keep safe and precious. Very foolish. You see that just now? No? I don't think my eyes are playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. For what? What did you see? Okay.
Inspector! Over there, look!
What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Aha! I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Why, hello there, my friends. Is aught amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered here over long. We must digress, post-haste. Ah, good, just a false alarm. There is naught out of the ordinary here, either. Ellie. No luck, hmm? We have scoured every ilm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildibrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he is waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave? That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you'd best arm yourselves with more than your wits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary.
I'll fight for you, Inspector! I even found a weapon to use!
By the 12, is that the self-same spear which propelled me to the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it?
It was buried in the snow.
Well, one cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will still endeavour to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should worse come to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the observatorium. Hi, Greg. Bye, Greg. Come now, how hard can it be to find a large man dressed in red in Curthus? I am increasingly starting to believe that I chose the wrong outfit for this adventure.
Core, it's cold out here.
Take your post, my good man, and entrust your safety to me. Inspector Hildibrand is ready for battle. But is battle ready for him? Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? 'Twas not the selfsame creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you, Enkidu?
You know, that weapon on Hildibrand's back
It looks familiar in more than just like he was talking about having, you know, used it before himself. It looks like I saw it on someone else's back a little while ago. I just... slipping my mind. Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so?
If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other respects it was quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade, to which was welded a musket barrel. It was one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearn to reclaim it. The strongest of spears.
Funny.
That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears!
I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious.
Now you call me Shirley? No matter, give it to me, give it to me!
This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again.
This spear and I have bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again.
Then we are at an impasse. I wasn't sure who the man was that kept saying, yo, yo, echoing throughout the mountain valley. But nonetheless, it did add to the experience. My neck began to hurt. But finally the others arrived. I can't believe I'm saying this. But well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've caught the weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man, who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life.
Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by rights mine.
Yes.
Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat.
Yes. What? I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him.
A confession to what? I have done naught wrong. You are all beyond reason.
Yes! My plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace. Occasionally I start to think that Hildibrand simply pretends, after the fact, that whatever fortuitous circumstance happened to be his idea and plan all along. Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't, so let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face the duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can. Lest you find my advice unsporting, I remind you that our duty supersedes any misbegotten notions of honor you may possess. His name isn't really Greg, is it?
Which way did he go, Gavaroc? Did you see?
No, but in my mind's eye, I can see a sort of map of Kurthus. I see maps of wherever I am, really. It's quite helpful. And on that map is a little note of a little marker that seems to indicate that Hildibrand will be there. So if I just follow that map inside my brain, yep, I recognize those legs. I would know those legs anywhere. So I wonder what happened to him.
Nashu? Miss Holly? Ah, my good man, it is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you have doubtless deduced, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you.
That is a big bridge. They should just call it the Big Bridge. That would cut through a lot of time spent on explanations. I think it's a good idea. Oh, God! Hi. Gregory.
Yes! It was I behind these doors the whole time! You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At the last, I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me, and you may have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. Aye, I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. Heh, heh. For Gilgamesh, it is embiggening time!
Yeah, I mean, that is large, but I've seen bigger. Lots and lots of bigger. I'd call that middling to fair, really, in terms of embiggening. It's okay, don't get me wrong, Greg. It's, you know, it's bigger than me, but I wouldn't go doing that as your party trick. I think you might get laughed out of the room. Just don't do it at a primal party. Yeah, okay. Right, well, the next step is, of course, to battle on that very big bridge. To fight Gilgamesh for his weapon. And as is customary when engaging in a battle of some size, I summon up my 7 imaginary friends so that they can do the work while I take the credit. Unfortunately, red mages such as myself can sometimes have trouble getting those imaginary friends to appear in a timely fashion. We will check to see if we are able to summon them up as a red mage with some alacrity, but I feel as though perhaps that will be a problem. Yes, indeed, that is not going to be fast. However, I come prepared with a plan. For you see, I am a multi-talented warrior of light. And at times, I can take up the staff of a healer and support my allies, while also still providing a decent amount of battering and bashing upon the enemy. And one of the rules of Eorzea is that when you choose to embark upon a battle in a role such as this, the friends tend to show up a little faster. That would have been very embarrassing if I still had a queue time there. Like, the whole build-up was for... Yeah, anyway. What are you smiling at? You're the one who's about to get beaten. Oh, that was your noise. Huh. It is at this point that Gavaroc Fevenor, Warrior of Light, realizes that it's been about 2 to 3 months since he has played this class. And perhaps...
Go on, Enkidu. It's Toad, your favorite.
he is a little rusty.
Fine, I admit it.
Oh, never mind, that was quick.
Fighting all 8 of you is just too much for me. Not? Ha! I lied! Empathy!
Well, that's not very sporting. Lying in the middle of a battle.
Why, I've been hurt! This is far from the strongest of spears. I feel so betrayed.
No, if you're looking
Goodness
for the
gracious.
strongest of spears, you should perhaps look for
just
one named
remembered
Brittany.
something.
That spear has been through a lot. Well, we carry on. The dirty, rotten, coward bastard has decided to run away from his self-inflicted 1v8 fight. But at least we have banging tunes to carry us on our trip.
I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. An understanding that I will pound you silly! Ha-ha!
I was born silly, Greg. You cannot pound it into me if it was already
Rocket
there.
punch!
Somehow I feel as though that was not quite so badass a boast as I had hoped. But the good news is, he can't hear what I say. The bad news is, all of you can. And by you, I don't mean an audience or anything, I just mean
Rocket
the wisps
punch!
of fate that look upon our petty mortal lives, eating fate popcorn and drinking fate coke.
I won't go down so easily.
And yet here you are with 6% of your health left, Greg. Well, he tried.
Well then.
Well. I'll have that spear now.
That's enough of a beating for now.
Cool, spear me. No, see, you're supposed to leave the... Oh, that poor chicken. Bugger that! Well, I distinctly recall something to the tune of giving us the spear when we beat you. And yet... I'm starting to get the impression that Gilgamesh isn't quite the noble and honourable warrior that he presents himself to be. Alone, yet still armed. In any case, he seemed satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery.
Are you dead again, Inspector?
How many swords did he drop while... Wait, doesn't that one there look just like Eleazar's sword? But, even to my untrained eye, this is obviously a counterfeit blade. And so is this one. And this one. What in the world?
Why, Greg, why?
If you wish to be present, I won't object. Meet me in Vesper Bay. And thus we return to Vesper Bay. A disturbingly common occurrence in the life of an Eorzean adventurer. At least in the early stages. But for a wonder, we weren't asked to pray return. And we can at least take solace in that. Still, it seems this chapter is drawing to a close. The duelist has gotten away, but he's left some of his stolen weapons behind. But is it really that simple? Gilgamesh doesn't seem the type to be throwing playing cards into people's foreheads. That degree of ostentatiousness, this doesn't seem his style, does it? Curious.
Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection.
And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way.
All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Briardian. Why did you not wait for me at the docks?
I'm sorry?
Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where is my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade?
I sense the unfolding of a bamboozle. Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant!
The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade. Only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person.
Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. Yes, I do believe you've been insulted, Hildibrand.
If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did?
Suddenly I get the feeling that somebody is watching us. Duck! Ooh! But... Inspector Briardian? Are you okay? It stands to reason a man with more brains to lose hurts more from this particular form of attack. Ooh! I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briardian. Piss off. My, that was direct. 400 years have I slept. 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. Thankfully a phantom thief of blades, not a phantom thief of hearts.
The treaty and wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this.
Very well! I and I alone, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. Are you alright? You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon! Ah. The madness is spreading. Good. Very good. It was at this point that I began to feel unsafe. Maria was rather amused with the whole affair, at least.
How dare you all laugh at a time like this, after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And you, Maria... Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro. A pair of gentleman mummers. Oh, you know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later. Just you and me.
Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville man.
Mark! Mark! My face! O phantom of many faces, for it is the face of the... Oh dear. Goodbye. And another chapter draws to a close. The fiend dares lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue, as seeds of jealousy quicken within an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? Hildibrand will return in a case of indecency.
Hey, what's with the goggles those men were wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair?
I guess we'll find out next time. And as Hildibrand awkwardly kisses the air, we bring another chapter to a close. I shall return to my traditional red mage outfit. And for a time, we will bid Ellie, Briardian, Hildibrand, and all the rest goodbye. But there is still more to come. Quite a bit, in fact. Fare thee well.